Good morning,
Good morning, good
honey.
morning,
Look
good
at you in
morning.
your
Look at
pink,
this. How are you? How are you,
pink
love, love?
and red checkered. I love it.
Yeah, I needed they always say real men wear pink.
They do. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And you're a real man.
Thank you, love, love.
You look great. I like your suntan.
Yeah, you know what the suntan consists of? Opening up your sunroof.
Yeah. By
That's
the
all I
way,
do.
when you come down the street for
Right.
over Hempstead Turnpike,
Mhm.
they're delivering the big trees next door.
Oh yeah, no, no, the palm trees. I know.
Maybe
Yeah.
you could
No,
talk
I
to
am
the
gonna get it.
driver.
No, I wouldn't do that. That's my friend. I don't do
They
things like
had
that.
100 trees
Yeah,
on the
listen, no,
ground.
no, no, no. You know what? You know what? Listen, I if it happened to fall off the truck, that's
Well,
a
that's
different
what I'm
story.
saying.
But that ain't falling off the truck right there. Trust
They
me.
had them lined up. They got a lot of delivery
Yeah,
today.
they do. They do.
This
They
morning.
do.
I saw it on the way
They
down.
do.
So how was the
No,
weekend?
I got to tell you, the weekend was crazy. The weekend was great.
Yeah.
Um, we had great bands. I was really grateful for Remedy. Remedy played, and then we had
Oh,
Mean Machine. So it was really, really.
Remedy
It
was
was fun.
here.
Yeah, yeah, they were very, very good.
They're doing
And Mean
something
Machine,
special
Will,
in
and
June
Steve,
somewhere.
those guys, they're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I say.
The Mean Machine?
Yeah, they're crazy.
Wow, I
They
missed
jump.
it.
They jump off the stage, and yeah, they.
Oh, so you must have
Yeah.
had some
Oh yeah.
crowd
Yeah.
here.
We had a hell of a crowd, and I'm really glad that they're starting to ease up some of the mask rules and stuff. They
Yeah, finally.
Everybody was showing. They said if you do have a card, that you don't have to wear a mask. So
Yeah,
they're
if you have
easing it up.
the
So
thing they give
that's a
you.
good
Did they
thing.
give you a free drink along with it?
Yeah. No, this is what I was going to do. I was going to give people a free card
Mm-hmm.
and a free drink and pretzels because you get a free drink and pretzels when you come in.
Sure.
So I was thinking about adding like $5 more and giving them a card. You know, making it like a package deal.
Sure.
That's cute of
But
you.
other than that, yeah.
Well, I missed you
So
the
what?
whole
Yeah, I
weekend.
heard. So tell me what happened.
Well, I was at the Eddie Sesser event last night
Okay.
at Leonard's. It was fabulous. Everybody has to tune in and see where the next event is. We'll let you know. The music doctor with his staff, all these great actors with singing and dancing and funny. And then they went in the audience. Everybody was dancing. Everybody was eating. The food was delicious. Lenny at Leonard's. I met Lenny.
Oh, did you?
Oh, he's so nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
And the place was full of LaSalle Academy Italian men. Okay? Did I say more?
See, you see why I'm not answering, right? I'm telling
It
you.
was a great event. Nice people. A lot of went to charity. And
It's nice.
they have a school in Freeport, the LaSalle Academy. They send kids to that school
Wait a
through
second.
this charity.
Isn't that the academy? That's the military academy.
Yes. So this little school in Freeport, everyone that goes to that school doesn't pay. The tuition is paid through this charity.
Okay.
And
nice.
Eddie is part of that charity, and also he raised money for the prevention of suicide, which is dear to a lot of people on Long Island, because I'll tell you something: a lot of kids, for whatever reason, mental illness is very popular right
Yeah,
now.
I heard there were a lot of people there.
Yeah, 125 to be
That's
exact.
wow.
Me and Susan, we were behind the bar.
Oh,
We have
that's it.
pictures. Like,
A home away from home.
could forget about it. But Susan still's not feeling good. She came.
Really? I'm sorry, Susie.
Susie, we're worried
Love you,
about
baby.
you. She came. She made it through the night, but she's worse this morning. So
Is she? Oh, I'm sorry.
At least you came.
Praise
though,
out to you.
At least she was there.
no, she wouldn't disappoint.
That's nice.
That's
Nice
how
she was
she
there.
is. Yeah, she's a good lady.
How much you guys raise?
Well, I don't get involved in that department.
Okay.
I just collect it
Right.
and hand it over.
You know, it's a great thing.
I didn't
though.
want to hold it. I'm like, I kept saying, "Come over here, get it, take it away."
Yeah, it sounds like a wonderful event.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and the prizes was all just it's easy. No, just money, 50-50,
Okay, cool.
50-50, and
Oh,
that
that's
was
great.
easier because no work that way.
Sure.
But
Now there was a you had a how do you call it, a cocktail hour.
yeah, it was like a wedding.
Ah,
But we didn't get to eat because we were
Oh,
doing
you were too busy
registration.
working?
It's all right.
That's what happens.
Yeah, but my brother-in-law came, Kenny.
okay. Oh, did
He
he?
had a great time. He gets embarrassed though.
Why?
Because
Because the way
yeah,
you are.
Because yeah.
Yeah, she acts like a husband. I
Yeah.
mean, like that's her husband.
He goes-
I'm a husband. It just depends on who goes with
He
her.
said to
That's
me-
an automatic husband.
Okay.
He said to me, "You're getting kind of close."
Yeah. She didn't even realize it.
funny.
He
After, a
goes,
couple
"What do you?"
after the second, after the second Cosmo,
Yeah.
pack a
He
lunch.
says,
She's
"Why are you
done.
getting so
was-
close?"
That was it.
He's so funny. He teases me a lot, but he's a good guy. And
Right,
then Baggy came. A few Breakfast Club people came,
Mm-hmm.
and of course Chip was there. Oh,
yeah?
Chip
Oh,
was
really?
there. Chip was buying a booze like you can't believe it, but he had a good time. So
Chip was there.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah, he's a nice guy, Chip.
He is a great guy.
So we had a great time, and
Nice.
thank God for Eddie. It was great, and everybody loved it. So stay tuned. We'll be letting you know when the next one is, and we'll be supporting him as we always do. He just left, and he's exhausted.
Yeah, I know. He seemed like he was really
He was really
tired.
tired. So I wanted to introduce you, Greg, to this wonderful young man, Darren Sardelli.
I met him. Congrats. I see all these. First of all, I see all these books. Well, I got to tell you, the guy just walked in the door a little while ago, and Eddie was talking. Everybody was talking, and somebody kind of got me a little bit hot-headed, and so I started ranting and raving, and I felt bad for the guy because I just met the guy, and then I just started whatever.
It's okay.
So I apologize.
Nah, it's okay. It's
I
all right.
apologize.
Not a big deal. Yeah.
He's a poet. He's a humorous guy. He gets kids excited about poetry. He speaks at high schools all over,
How'd you
right?
end up doing that?
Mostly elementary schools.
Elementary
Yeah,
schools.
about 90% elementary.
Yeah, and you went to Loyola in Maryland. where my
Loyola
daughter
University in
lives.
Maryland. I got my degree in business management.
And the author of Galaxy Pizza and Meteor Pie.
It's right here.
What the hell's that about? Food?
It could be.
Let's see.
There are some food poems in there.
How cute! Look
It's-
at this.
I like that.
So you made a living. You make a living out of poetry,
I make a living as a poet. Yeah,
and also now I understand you want to be a comedian.
it's on my to-do list.
Well, you're in the right
It's on my
place.
to-do list.
Yeah, haven't
It's not in his. It's,
haven't jumped on stage to do it yet, but
you're gonna.
you know, it's something that's been in my head that I've been thinking about. You know, I write down jokes on my phone every once in a while. I have nothing memorized, so I really can't give you too much right now with that.
Right.
But you know, one day when I do, I'll let you guys know.
Oh, please do.
Definitely.
I'd love for you to be there. You know.
Please.
I like it. Well, these are very interesting poems.
Thank you.
My doggy ate my essay.
You read them fast. Yeah.
A call from Principal Schaefer. Kind of
Wait,
cute.
these are like all excuses of what we've used, probably?
This
That's
is,
funny. That is funny, though.
This is a book of school-related poetry.
Our
so-
teacher has amnesia. I like it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
My grandchildren will like this.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a call from the principal. Galaxy Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see another one. It's very interesting. Here come the girls.
Here come the girls.
That's a good one. The silliest teacher in school.
It's one of my favorites.
This is very different.
Yeah.
Squash that bug.
Yeah. It's you know what? It's kind of like it portrays the humorous side of school.
Uh-huh.
You know, I have a couple of you know, whimsical poems in there as well. Some fun poems, but I write about what kids relate to. I'm able to sort of put myself back in that moment when I was in elementary school.
The
and you know,
illustrations. Who does your illustrations?
this book, her name is Pam Catapano. She's a local Long Island artist.
She sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she used to be an art teacher, and yeah,
at these illustrations, Rick.
she's her stuff is just she's so out there in an amazing way. She's really
Here's
good.
one, The Awful Truth.
The awful truth. The awful truth.
So this is very, very. I love the illustration. She's very
Yeah.
talented.
You guys want to hear a poem?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. How about my doggy ate my essay?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. My doggy ate my essay. He picked up all my mail. He cleaned my dirty closet and dusted with his tail. He straightened out my posters and swept my wooden floor. My parents almost fainted when he fixed my bedroom door. I did not try to stop him. He made my window shine. My room looked like a palace and my dresser smelled like pine. He fluffed up all the pillows. Wow, I just went cold here. I
It's
just
okay.
went,
It's okay.
you know?
Happy.
There you go.
I went
It's
cold
all
here.
right. Don't worry about
It's
it.
all right.
All right,
You
no.
kidding me?
He fluffed up every pillow. He folded all my clothes. He even cleaned my fish tank with a toothbrush and a hose. I thought it was amazing to see him use a broom. I'm glad he ate my essay on how to clean my.
Rude.
Hey!
Whoa,
You
I
got
like
it.
that.
You
Very
got it.
cute.
You got it.
You're gonna be. You should be a rapper.
Yeah, you
Rapper.
could be
Pretty
a
good. That's- you could-
rapper.
that'd be
Okay.
really-
That
I
might
could-
be in your future.
I could rap.
You could probably.
I could rap my rhymes.
All
So
right.
what's that other book? What If? That's a nice
this is,
title.
Right. Well, the Galaxy Pizza book, you know, came out in 2009. You know, I started my own publishing company. So this is my first.
Excellent.
My first title, and my second title just came out this year, actually.
What
It's
If?
called What If? Wonderful illustrations by Max Hergenrother, phenomenal artist, illustrator. And this is a book of wacky, you know, wild, wacky questions that just kind of make you think.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You're something else, Darren.
Thank you. I guess.
Thank you, Patricia.
Hey,
Thank
you wrote
you,
a lot of-
Erin.
You got quite a few books there.
I have my
Dream big and do what makes you happy. I
Yes,
love that.
Absolutely. My poems are published in 25, children's books in the U.S. and the U.K.
What made you go children's books?
What made me? I was a junior in college. I was going for business. I got my degree in business. English was actually my worst subject. Kind of ironic. And one day I was just sitting in my dorm room, just pondering life. What am I doing with my life? Where am I going? And children's books popped into my head. And before that moment, I never thought about writing, for fun or as a hobby. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm good with kids and I have a great imagination. How hard could it be to write a children's book?
Well, it's true.
It's pretty hard.
I
It's
was gonna
hard.
say it is kind of hard.
It's not easy. But I got excited about the idea for maybe a few minutes, and then I went back to what I was doing that day, and that night I had a dream that really reinforced my idea of writing, and that put me on the path. And shortly after, I was in the children's section of the library, found the poetry section. I just happened to wonder by it, and I saw some books by Shel Silverstein and Dr. Seuss, and I know those are two really famous poets and writers. So I picked up their books and I'm just thumbing through and just reading their poems and their stories, and I was so amused by how they wrote and their how clever their endings and their punchlines are. And I said to myself, this is actually a pretty cool thing. Maybe I could write in this style. Maybe this is something I can do. And that's how it started. And I just started writing for fun.
Great.
And once I started writing, I found I was really enjoying the writing process.
Well, do you think that, because I believe this, when you write a book, your life changes?
Everything changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I teach that now. I tell people.
My do I have it here? Yeah, the first book I'm published in. It's a book that's called Rolling in the Aisles. It came out in 2004, and I remember this publisher. His name is Bruce Lansky. He's a publisher. He's a poet, and he recruits poets from all over the nation, and he puts together these really nice anthologies. So I heard about him. I saw some of the books that that he put out in I think I was in like a Barnes and Nobles or a Borders when Borders
Right.
existed.
Mhm.
And I'm just checking out some of his books, and I'm reading the poems in the books, and I'm like, you know what? I could do better than that. I could do better than that poem. I can write a poem better than that.
Right.
So
And you did.
and so I reached out to Bruce in 2003, and I sent him an email. I said, I found some of your books in the bookstores, and I'm looking through the books, and I'm like, I think I could do better than some of these poets. He was instantly offended. He was
Really?
he was pretty upset. See, he writes me this email. He goes, okay,
Send me 3.
he goes on a rant. He kind of raves a little bit. Send me your best 3 poems. So I did, and he's like, not even close. Not even close. He didn't really even give me any feedback.
Yeah, he probably took it and published his own book. You don't even know about it yet.
But no, but it was interesting. He kind of blew me off. But a year later, he was doing a book signing at a Barnes and Nobles in New Jersey. So a year later, I'm a little bit more polished. I kind of know what he's looking for. I know exactly what kind of poems he publishes in his books. So I bring down a big folder full of poems, and I walk into the Barnes and Nobles. I wait for him to be done signing books. I introduce myself. Hello, Mr. Lansky. I never told him I was the guy who wrote the email. That he didn't tell him that part. But I said I write funny poems. Can you read my poems? And if you like them, maybe you can help me out. And he looks at me and says, you look very young to be a poet. You don't sound like a poet. People approach me all the time, and usually their poems are not good enough to be in books. But you drove all this way, so yeah, read me a poem, read a poem to the crowd. There was a crowd of, parents and kids there. So I read my first poem, and, everyone's laughing. And he's like, yeah, it was pretty good. He said, read me another poem. Oh, I read him another poem. Everyone's laughing. I go, this is really nice. So to make a long story short, he asked me to read 6 poems that night. And he's like, Darren, I did not think you would impress me. I love your poetry. I want to take 2 of the poems that you read tonight, and I want to put them in this book that's coming out in about 6 months. It's called Rolling in the Aisles, and that's how I got my start in publishing.
That is a great story.
That's great.
Yeah. So, but I never told him about the
Well-
email. He probably didn't remember it.
Yeah.
But you know what? But I still I push forward, and
Well, that's what you have
I
to do.
knew I could have. I knew I could have.
Well, you're very successful.
So in 2003, when I first approached him, that's when I went to my first writers' conference in Santa Barbara. It's called the Santa Barbara's Writers' Conference. And when Charles Schultz passed away, there was a book that came out. The Peanuts,
Yes.
the Snoopy, the Charlie
Yes.
Brown. So there was a book that came out, and I was just reading the book about his life, and I saw he used to teach at this conference every year. So and me as I'm an amateur writer, and I want to do something with my poems. I don't know. I have no connections. I don't know what to do. So I go out to this conference. It's a 7-day conference in Santa Barbara. This is, the first time I ever really put myself out there for anything big like this. And they had all these different workshops. Poetry writing, writing children's books, writing for movies, writing novels, nonfiction, fiction, everything. And you just sign up for courses, and you there's some great instructors,
And you meet some great people at those
you meet some
things.
wonderful,
I know.
wonderful people. So at the
Really
time,
nice.
I think I was doing like children's books and poetry. I just kept going back and forth with these courses, and then the workshops, and then you got a chance to read your, couple of minutes. You get a chance to read your stuff at the end of the workshop. So the first day I read, I just had I had poems in a notebook, and I'm just reading them, and I never really read my poems to anybody before, so I didn't know what to expect. I was very nervous, but I'm getting a great reaction from the crowd that was
Well,
in this workshop.
that's going to push you forward.
People are laughing. People are like, this kid's hilarious. So and I'm looking at him like, this is kind of nuts. By the fourth day, people, there's like hundreds of people at this conference. They're coming up to me. It's on a college campus. They're saying, "Oh, you're the funny poet." They recognize you're the funny poet. Can you read me a poem?
Good to have a name like that. Yeah.
It's interesting. So by the last day of the conference, everyone's just building me up. It's like, oh, you're going to be famous. You have all these great poems. And then one person comes up to me, and he's like, listen, he's like, you have some fun stuff, but this is not poetry. He's like, you have no rhythm.
Really?
When you write for kids, but this is the best conversation I've ever had.
Really?
I promise you. So yeah, he said your poems don't have any rhythm. You have to write in a rhythmic style if you want kids to really get your poems and memorize your poems, and feel what you're putting into these poems. And I knew nothing about rhythm, and he showed me. He gave me some examples, and lo and behold, this is Monty Schultz. This is Charles Schultz's son, which is kind
Whoa.
of crazy. So he's the one who showed me how I should be writing poetry, and this
Whoa.
conversation, changed my life forever. So I went back to New York, and I was studying, Dr. Seuss, how he wrote in his rhythm, and other poets as well who wrote in this certain type of rhythm that I wanted to kind of figure out. It took me about 6 months to really get that down. But I would work every day. I would read, and I would just get that beat in my head, and I would, write, and it was just very, very hard to do. But once I got it, it clicked. And then after that, that's when I met Bruce, and that's when I read those poems, and he was like, "This is great, let's put you in the books that my company makes." So then after that, I'm in like 10, 11, 12 of the books
That's
that
great.
his publishing company has published. So it's pretty. It's just
And when they bind those books, they bind them here? Are there places here, or is it overseas? You have no idea.
you know what? Most of these books are overseas.
Yeah, because I heard there aren't any. That's what I don't understand. There are very few places, and that's what I can't.
It's very strange. In the U.S., there are very few places that make really good quality books, and they're a lot cheaper too.
Yeah, I can't
Which
believe
is-
that. Listen,
wh-
I
it's
understand. I know.
nuts. Listen,
I know
I
everything
would-
costs money. Don't get me wrong.
I would love
To
to
support,
publish
yeah,
in the
yeah.
U.S.
And
But
it's
it's
like,
just
yeah,
can't.
it's
but
overwhelming.
it's actually it's really difficult in terms of pricing and,
Right.
and quality. It's difficult. So if there's a publishing, if there is a printer out there in the U.S., please reach out to me. Reach out to us. Let us know.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
I want to see your quality work, and I want to see your prices too.
Well, we'll talk to Stephanie about that. And I'm
Yeah.
going to hook you up to Stephanie.
Let's talk
Yeah.
to Stephanie.
Because she
Definitely.
does the
She's great.
anthropologies too. She's always looking for writings.
Yeah.
So she does it every.
Sure.
Our last guy, David Lang, he's in like 17 books now.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
amazing.
He does a lot
It's
of
incredible,
serious
yeah.
writing.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Today we didn't mention today.
Oh yeah.
Today's National Graduation Tassel Day.
So it's where
Yeah,
you move
just
the
a little
thing.
tassel thing.
Sure.
Why not Happy Graduation Day?
I don't know.
It's always,
We're
it's
gonna-
always
we're
a
gonna
day
be
for
really
everybody.
happy with
National
the
Day's
tassel.
a bit.
But do
Yeah.
you remember? See, but I
National
don't know
Day.
if you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember once you graduated high school, we took the tassel and we would hang it in our car.
Yes,
rearview
I
mirror.
did it.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like the biggest.
was a
thing. It
big
like,
thing.
cool.
Right.
That was,
And
like,
the
really
little
cool.
book that
Yeah.
everybody
You
wrote
know?
in.
Yeah, but you didn't hang that on your tassel. for
No,
free.
but you
can't do.
kept it around for a while, especially if there was
I
some
still have
nice
mine.
guy
I
that
still-
wrote you
see,
something.
Look, I'm telling you, this woman forget it when it comes to men.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
I only-
I'm surprised you have
look,
your clothes on still.
I was a
Anyway.
fart, so I only had one nice thing in my graduation book.
Wait a minute.
Jerry had all the nice
Really?
guys writing her. Jerry was
Really?
she was a big star in high school. She's still
Oh,
a
she's
big
a
star.
sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. I
She's
love
still
Jerry.
a big star.
I love Jerry.
But that was a long time ago for me, graduation. That's
Yeah,
for
I, mean,
sure.
I just did
Goes by
something
fast.
here. Well, I
So
want to say
it,
good
what
morning,
else
Jenny.
is it?
Anyway, and then
Yeah.
it's National Cherry Cobbler
Cobbler
Day.
Day. Oh.
Cherry Cobbler Day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Yes, sir.
National Idaho Day. I need potatoes. Come to think about it.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I did? Because I serve food
Hmm.
and finger foods, and I always end up buying the regular French fries, from the place over there. And I just got this potato like slicer,
Hmm.
so that you can just put the regular potato and just really, so
Yeah.
they come out really, really nice.
Uh-huh.
And I had the thing now for 3 weeks, and I keep forgetting to get
Ah.
potatoes, so I just got to mark that down.
Get potatoes.
Thank you, National Idaho
potatoes.
Day today.
Yeah, that's great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So and then
Potatoes.
then we have National Walnut Day.
Well, you could eat a lot of nuts.
Can-
What is it? Yeah, she loves nuts and walnuts. Anyway,
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah, walnuts are good in salad now. They're good in fruit.
See, I can't eat that crap.
It's good. Try it. Try it in a
No,
salad
you know
with a
what?
little blue cheese. It's
Nah.
delicious. Try it. I'm gonna make you eat it next time we go out.
I like almonds.
It's like see, almonds I don't like. Look, cashews are my favorite.
Cashews, I like cashews too,
Pistachios, two
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes.
Cashews and
Pistachio is
pistachio.
nice. Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's
Now they
okay.
make them
You
shells.
see, I don't understand something with the cashews. Do you remember when you used to have cashews that you had that red dye all over your fingers? I can't even find that red cashews anymore.
No, they don't
Cashews,
no.
Pistachios, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The pistachios,
It's all,
green
they're all
or
shelled
whatever.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't put the
Well,
dye
it's
on them.
nicer.
You remember if they were red? I don't know if you, well,
I don't.
Yeah,
okay,
they were
yeah.
red in
They
our
were
day.
red for
I
long.
have no idea. I have
Yeah,
no,
they
I-
came
oh,
in
yeah.
and you had to do it, and your hands were full of red.
Yeah. you're
Yeah,
all-
so.
So you
And
know,
then we have-
everybody gets Italian bread on our show.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
Mold of bread. Put it down.
yeah,
Wait. I
Is,
didn't
is
finish
this
my
is
last
this
thing.
freshly baked Italian bread?
Yes, it's
Hold
because
Whoa.
And then National Take Your Parents.
And where's
to
the
playground
sauce? I got to
day.
dip it in my sauce now.
I have it home.
Oh, you have it. Okay.
So you take it home and you break it with your wife.
Yeah.
That's relationship building. That's what I believe
That's
in.
beautiful.
There's your Italian bread.
Thank you.
And so you know how you said that they know you for the funny poet?
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
they know us for the lady with the Italian bread and the man that loves her.
Sure. It's beautiful.
He's my husband, but
That's
he's
it.
really not.
Right.
We're not
If
a
you have
couple.
work, you have work husband. She's my work wife.
I get you.
Yeah, and we have a lot of fun here at this
If she was
show.
my wife,
I can see you guys
I'd be
having a
dead.
good
I'm
time.
telling you right now,
Yeah.
I'd be on
I'd be-
television walking like this with my head
She'd
covered,
be-
with
he'd
the
be-
handcuffs behind my back. No.
Forget about it. But we have a lot of different people that we like to
No.
showcase.
Anyway, I want to give just a quick little shout out to a
Who
couple
does-
people. Jenny
yeah,
A,
who's
Jenny C.
watching?
How are you? Saba, Susan, Pinky. You know we love you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I can't thank you enough, especially even things you do for me, which you don't really have to do, but I love that you do it, and I love that you spoil me. Thank you so much. Don't
Spoiled
stop.
man, he's very
Stacy,
spoiled.
Stacy, thank you, honey, and for
He's
also
grateful.
you and Jenny and Ashley. You guys really worked super hard today. So over the weekend. And thanks again, Thomas. What's going on, buddy? Hope everything is well. Saba, good afternoon. Carrie Ann, she's a sweetheart, and she gives me really nice drunken texts. No, sweet ones, not really. But, when you say drunken text, you're like, what's coming out of that one? No, she does. She when she's here, I think it was her birthday, so belated birthday again. Well, happy birthday when you're here. And she just says, thank you so much for everything that the
Nice.
club has done and
That's
keeping it
beautiful.
alive.
Nice.
So I like those drunken texts.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not bad. I thought that
Thanks
was-
is a good
No,
thing.
that was very
It's
sweet.
heartfelt.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
You know, sometimes when you're in that state, yeah, I mean, that heart your heart comes out.
And Spat Ole Lulu, how are you, sweetie? And Eliza Tom, thank you, hon. She's the new president of Malvern Kiwanis.
Oh, she's a doll.
She really is. She's such a hard worker, and congratulations, because she graduated on her coaching class yesterday. And they were from all over the state. They had a big Zoom thing, and she invited me
Really?
to come on. So I went on, and I was
How
watching. They had like a
nice.
dance party. It was like a crazy dance party.
Yeah.
So, so they should be there in a minute. So it was a dance party, and I'm watching everybody dancing and dancing,
How
and it was
nice.
really good. So congratulations.
Congrats, honey.
Yeah, congratulations. So,
Congratulations.
but and besides that, you know what I got to tell you with these the COVID things. I'm always thinking that with the mask that, like even over the party, people were turning around showing me their card,
Yeah.
and I'm going, what if people have fake cards? What do you do? It's just a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's a tough.
It just
one.
has a name, yeah. And I sit there and I'm like, and they say, well, I do have my card, And then I have other people that tell me, you should tell them to put their mask on. But then meanwhile, you have everything in the paper telling you at the stock exchange, next week they're gonna,
You
have
don't
to
need
use
it, right.
rules and for traders and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's like, what do you do? Because some people they feel that well, if you're not gonna have, if you're not gonna enforce it, then we don't want to, participate.
Right.
So
Well, I
how do you
think
feel about that?
I think this is just one giant experiment, where I mean, you know what? Nobody really has all the answers yet.
Right?
So I mean, I think be safe, wear a mask
Yeah.
for now, and just see what data comes out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did
Yeah.
you get vaccinated?
I got vaccinated.
How did you feel? Felt okay
I'm fully
afterwards?
vaccinated. Yeah, I had,
Wait, 1 or 2 shot?
had the 2 shot.
Right. Okay.
Felt, I didn't feel that bad. I mean,
Okay.
had the chills, a little achy, both times, but it goes away fast.
Right.
Yeah, it
Right.
depends on the person.
Some people are afraid of being vaccinated. Some people are
Yeah.
afraid of the symptoms. Some people,
Yeah.
some people don't trust it. They think it's going to screw up their
Yeah.
brain or whatever.
A
you know.
lot of people
There's
live
one guy.
that
There's
way.
one guy in the news says his sex life. Now look, you get
Has it
people that
changed?
I've had a lot of heart attacks and stuff. So they tell you to be careful, but my antibodies for over 8 months
Yeah.
are still very high, so that's very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, they say your antibodies last, I think, 3 months or something, whatever. That's what they say supposedly.
Okay.
But mine's well over 8 months, and I thought I had it when I was sick, but it wasn't. I had it before,
You did,
but I
okay.
had no symptoms.
Right.
And so the doctor tells you, well, while you still have the antibodies that are extremely high, you don't have to
Yeah.
do anything. But I'm still kind of hesitant about getting the shot because you hear people that have heart. But mind you, 15 million people have had the shot. And of course, you're going to hear the sad stories. 6 people had a heart attack. Well, out of 15 million, I think
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
take the odds.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Okay.
But so I'm a little bit hesitant on following through. I mean, after everything, after my antibodies
Right.
decrease. But I'm just sitting here thinking about it. I mean, it is kind of new. And the guy turns around and he was on one of those shows,
Yeah.
and he says his sex life is that's
Dead?
it. It's done. Yeah. And I turned around. I was like, wow. That's when you just have to just go. No.
Okay.
Ooh, my God.
All
You
right.
tell me something like that, boy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Well,
You know?
If you believe it, then
No, but listen,
Yeah.
you heard one person. That's like
Yeah, you heard
point
what-
zero
right.
zero 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 zero
you
trillion.
absolutely were. Yeah.
To one.
Sure, you heard one person.
But I just kind of figure.
But if-
he's
if-
going through a divorce, but I figured he's just trying
if
to.
you're going to let one person,
Right, that's what I'm
make a
saying. Or
decision
even
for
6.
you, it's-
Like 6
yeah.
people had a heart attack, so I'm going 15 million people got the shot.
But look what's happening all around the world. Especially India. It's like
Ugh.
why not just better be
Yeah.
safe than sorry. Because
Yeah.
if you all right, I mean obviously you're asymptomatic when you got it. You didn't really have anything, but
Right.
if there was a variant that hits you
Yeah.
and messes you up a little bit, because I mean I know people who
Yeah.
it's like nothing.
It's like you ever take the flu shot? You ever take the flu thing?
Sure.
See, I don't. I did it years ago, and then the nurse turned around and said, "Greg, I already had my shirt off because I was taking an X-ray."
Okay.
And she says, "Hey, while you have your shirt on," she goes like this, and
Boom.
boom, puts a thing in.
Uh-huh.
So, and I was like, no, I didn't want to take it,
Right.
but she gave it to me, and I'd say within not even about an hour or so, my face and my eyes started swelling.
yeah.
I couldn't breathe, and I was like, and that doesn't stop you from getting the flu. People
Yeah.
think it does,
Yeah,
but it
it's just
doesn't. So it
lower
doesn't mean, and there
No,
are
I
people that
know.
have the COVID,
Yeah.
they got COVID after they got
You know what?
vaccinated.
Some people are just going to get the flu every year. There are people like that, and some people just won't.
Right. That's true. It's your immune system,
It
too.
is. It is your immune system.
But everything's opening up. Things are really good. You go into a place now, nobody seems to be freaking out like they were, and there's no guard there. So,
Right.
that thing used
Yeah.
to bother the crap out of me. And then you have those weird people that are mean to you,
Okay.
because
well-
they're like, put it higher, put
Yeah,
it
they start
higher.
screaming.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like, what? Get a life.
Gloria, I didn't say hi to you either. I'm
So-
so sorry, Gloria.
But anyway,
And Jim Rice, Semper Fi, brother. He's a great man, really great man.
so Greg is part of the Kiwanis too. He does a lot
Oh,
with
sure.
the Kiwanis.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So lots of times they
And what
come
time
on
you
the
live in?
show.
I live in Great Neck.
You're on the North Shore.
Yeah.
But we can still
It's a
recruit
good
you.
club. It's a good club
You're
to be
recruitable.
involved in. It's
Okay.
it's all
You're
about children.
That's nice. Yeah.
It's all about giving
No,
back
it's
to
all
the
about the
kids.
You know,
Listen,
if
it's
I
all-
could
it's
help
about
you
the
out
kids.
anyway.
Yeah, no, it's
Sure,
all about the
let
kids.
me know.
You
Be
know what I
happy-
mean?
be
If,
happy to.
Yeah, and I told them to go see them at planting fields because
I'm
they
sorry?
used to hire planting fields where Jen worked.
Right.
They hire guys like him all the time for the summer.
Really?
Yeah, so he's going to go talk to them.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah,
I
so
appreciate the tip. Thank
this
you.
is for you. These are my books, all right? And I'm going to give you this one. You have a baby? How old is your little one?
He's 20 months.
Okay, this is for the baby.
Okay, thank you.
That's the one about the COVID. My
Sure,
sister wrote
sure.
it. Something is
Thank
different.
you so. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so you'll get a kick out of the jokes.
Fired to freedom.
Yeah, they're
So
all real
so
true
Yeah.
So you
stories.
found your life after you were fired.
Yeah.
Uh huh. And,
That's
and,
right.
and now you're enjoying yourself.
Oh.
You're
That's
having the
right.
time of your
With
life.
all these great men.
You have
Please,
you
let
have-
me
you have
tell
all
you,
these wonderful
This
things
is the
happening.
There you
best
go.
time of my life at this age.
I'm very happy to hear that.
And
Yeah.
you know what?
That's wonderful.
I
No,
learned.
she is. She is. She really is. She's enjoying
And nothing
herself.
really gets under my skin anymore.
It's good.
I used
No,
to
you
be.
just get under everybody else's
I
skin.
know, but that's okay.
That's why things have changed.
That's why.
All
You know
right,
what?
So she's right. She goes to bed really, really comfortable
I
and
don't
starts
piss any-
snoring. And meanwhile, you're sitting here twiddling your thumb like,
But I
wanna
don't
kill
piss
this woman.
anyone off. Just Greg.
I don't
Not
know.
really. He just.
You seem like a wonderful person.
Thank you. That's very sweet. Nice.
Oh,
thing
isn't
to
that
say.
sweet?
That's
Yeah,
it.
'cause you
He's
know
got
me.
me.
Look, see, you had me at hello. Look at that. All right.
No, you know what? You get more with sugar than salt. But I used to be a little grumpy. I used to be when I lost my job. I was quite
Yeah.
angry
Sure.
because I had a big ass
Well,
job.
It's a transformation.
But
Yep,
it
that's
is, and
it.
you know what? Everything happens for a
You're going to
reason.
go through the motions.
Yeah,
but
it takes
there's,
time.
there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You know,
Yeah.
if you're hopeful and you put yourself out there, you keep
Right.
you keep moving. Something good's
And
gonna
I met
happen.
this man at the dry cleaners.
At the
That's
dry
right,
cleaners.
Yeah.
And that the
Telling you, right?
history.
Yeah, it's
Small
true.
world, huh?
And
Yeah.
the freaking dry cleaners.
And now you do his dry cleaning.
I don't do nothing like that for
Now
him.
you
She doesn't
drop
have to
it
go
off.
to dry clean anymore. Yeah.
I don't.
You
I
pick up his
bring him-
coffee. Now you
I'm
and
telling
him
you.
the
And even,
wrong-
drop over
and
dry
even
I
cleaning.
bring
listen
him
to
the
me.
wrong
We're going
tea.
2 years now. And one day, see, Susan, I really miss you so much.
Susan knows. She
You
told me
are
what
an
to get
amazing woman,
today.
and she doesn't forget a thing. So, Susan, you really have to get better and come back. I swear to you. I can't do.
Susan
She goes,
usually brings
"Oh,
the
this is
tea.
all I asked for is a chai tea." And she turns around. What
I
does she
brought a
do?
chai
She brings
latte.
me. She goes, "No, this is a chai latte. This is what you wanted." And she's arguing with me after 2 years.
That's
and
what
then I don't
Susan
drink a
told me.
large. I drink a medium.
Yeah.
But for 2
But
years.
I wanted to be nice and get you a
See,
bigger
look,
one.
look.
See, I wanted to be very
See,
nice.
I
I
was
didn't
gonna
see
say-
you.
I was gonna say
I
something,
haven't
but-
seen you
but
since
I don't wanna go-
Thursday. I'm
yeah.
getting Greg withdrawal.
Oh, isn't that sweet, honey?
Really, when I don't see you, I do miss you.
Yeah, I miss
And
you
then,
too.
you know, at the show, I didn't have you right there by my
Yeah,
right, my
I know.
left. But I did have a few others.
Yeah, I know you did. And then some. How are you, Sandy? How you doing, hon? Linda Chu, how are you? In case I'm missing, I know I'm missing. Everybody's saying good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's great
That's
when you
so
have
sweet. You know,
communication
that really
from
is.
people
It's so
when you're on.
sweet.
It's
Yeah.
very nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really
know,
is. We enjoy it.
The but anyway, when I was there, they even talk. Wait a second. There was something I just saw, and I just forgot, and I want to mention it. Where was it? Where was it? Did you ever hear about this? There's a singer, and every time they say Marilyn Manson,
Okay, sure.
I think of Charles Manson when you think of
Yeah.
Manson.
Okay.
And mind you, the guy. Okay, I survived the monster. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then now all these women are speaking up about how bad this man is. Now I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
You're telling me you see a guy that looks like this, and you're going to tell me he writes child books
Oh,
or something like that, or
Jesus.
no? I mean, you already know what type of guy he is. He has a reputation of doing certain things
Let me
with
see
women.
him. Oh, he's
Yes,
disgusting.
that's him. Yeah, that's
I
him.
have, you know what? I have no idea.
Have you ever heard of him? Yeah,
I know he's a musician.
right. Yeah.
But in terms of what he does, his private
Yeah.
life, who he hangs out with, I
Right.
don't follow. I don't
Right.
know. I don't have much to add to this conversation.
Yeah, no. I'm just talking about just.
If you looked at
yeah,
him.
you know, if you just look at a
Okay.
picture, sometimes I mean a picture does tell 1,000 words, but you just sit there and you're just saying if my daughter were to come home and bring a guy like that,
Oh, I'd
you
feel
know,
sorry
it's like
for her.
there was a guy when I used to ride a lot motorcycles, and there was a guy that was another friend, and when you saw him, it's I don't even know what would ever possess someone to do that, but he shaved his head. He's inked. Well, ink means tatted. He has tattoo everywhere. There's not from the palms to the nails, whatever. And he has piercings all around the
my
nose,
gosh.
all around the ears, all around the eyebrows. And to me, it looks like a spectacle, whatever. But people want to take pictures of it. He charges you
Ma-
Oh,
5,000
geez.
pictures. Yeah.
Does he really?
And mind you, he's okay. He's like
He-
10 years younger than me.
So he's created a career out of doing this.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It could be just like walking artwork. Who knows? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
Yeah,
know, but you know
sure.
what I got to tell you? He's had so many tattoos, and what happens? You look, I like tattoos. I don't have any,
yeah.
but I like them. I
I'm
mean,
surprised you don't have
some
them.
no, because when I was younger, I used to get in a lot of trouble. And
I used
and
to.
a friend
I
of
would
mine-
think you
and a
had
friend of
one
mine,
right
yeah,
here on
and
your
plus, and
butt.
plus on my butt.
Yeah, a little
Why would I
tattoo.
have one on my butt
I
for?
don't know. Just think that of you.
On
Like
my
you'd have-
butt? Why would it be the
I
butt?
don't know,
If anything,
because
would
it's
be your
kinda
chest and
hot.
arm. All right.
Could be kind of hot on the butt.
Okay,
right?
God, here, turn the mic off. Oh, Lord Jesus, Mary Joseph. See what I'm talking about? We're talking about tattoos. She's already, okay? Do you understand what I go through? Good. Look. No comment. Look.
I'm just
Cliff, come on, babe. He's
I'm
like,
just-
I know I do
I'm
it all
just
the time.
observing.
Yeah. No, so.
an observer.
So, yeah, so.
That's all I am.
He's afraid of me. You
So-
don't have to be afraid of me, honey. I'm
Yeah.
easy.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm not sure what to say right now.
So, yeah, and you know what it is? The only reason why I don't like, and I know I've said it a few times on the show, when we were stationed, I was in the Marine Corps. When we were stationed, a friend of mine, he was really ripped, great. I mean, he was like, was like The Rock. He had a physique like The Rock.
Sure.
And he had a beautiful Hawaiian girl here, right in the stomach.
Whoa.
So he would stand, take his shirt off, and then he would just wiggle his. So the girl looks like this,
Like the
right?
hula dance.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you got to see her. She looks like Humpty. Now he's like
Oh,
this
no.
big. She's stretched out, all blue, and you see her looking like
Jesus.
Flipper. All right, it looks like Flipper. You know, and I turn around and I go, and I remember seeing a lot of older, like Vietnam vets that had things here.
Sure.
And when I was younger, it was blue, and I used to say, "Why is it so dark blue? What happens is the ink fades and blah blah blah." So
Yeah.
it doesn't really look good.
Sure.
And then plus, when I was a young kid, you know, I used to get into a little bit of trouble, and one time everybody got into a little scuffle, whatever, and they caught my friend because the guy didn't remember who it was,
Right.
but he had a knife right on his forearm,
Oh,
right, that had like a wrapped up wire, something, whatever. But
Sure.
it was so distinctive that, you know, he got in trouble for it. So then I remember the older guy said, "Don't ever mark your body." And I never forgot that. Don't ever mark
Yeah.
your body. It
So
was
you
crazy.
never did?
Yeah, I never did.
Never did.
I came close one time. I came home on leave, and a friend, John, I love John. John and Roy, my dearest friends. He was in the Navy. We met. I was on leave, and we were hanging out at the house. We were going to go to OBI's at that time. We were going to Channel 80, and then OBI's.
Yeah.
The old
And
days.
then on the way going out, we were drinking, and he goes, "Hey, let's get a tat." So I was like, all right, why not?
Why not?
So
Oh, boy.
he said I was going to get the Marine Corps Bulldog,
Uh-huh.
you know, a mascot, and he was going to get an anchor or whatever.
Okay.
So we went to this guy's house, we went downstairs, and he had all his artwork done. And all of a sudden we're sitting there, and I'm going, man, I just really want to go out, you know. I just want to meet a bunch of women and dance, and because I was really excited. I'm home from leave.
Sure.
The lady comes down, she goes, "Guys, he said if you could wait about an hour and a half." And I sat there, and I'm like, an hour and a half? Nah. I said, "John, let's go."
I'm out of here.
So, well, we ended up leaving. We ended up hanging out. We went, we danced, and had a great time with everybody. And then when I woke up in the morning, I opened my eyes, and then I started going like this, like,
Oh, no.
yeah. You know what? If that guy was there, I was definitely going to get a tattoo.
You would definitely
yeah, I was
do it.
definitely going to get
So
it.
that
yeah.
was sort of a life-changing
yeah,
experience.
I'm
for
telling you, I
Okay.
swear. And it, I mean, it was crazy.
Well,
And
it
I'm
wasn't meant to be for
Yeah,
you
that's
to get
that's
it.
what I mean. It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jennifer. How are you, love? Michael McCutcheon, the real Don Johns is on the line. Yeah,
We
so,
have characters.
yes, we do.
A lot of characters we have. Yes.
Yeah, so, but
So now when you're in the schools and you know, do you get any kind of shit from like the tough kids? You know, like when you do your things on schools.
Oh yeah, I've been to some schools
Where the
where you know
kids
kids are like, yeah, we don't like poetry. This is going to be a joke.
Right.
But I've actually,
Turn them around a
I-
little.
yeah.
That's a
I-
great thing.
I have you know students, teachers coming up to me, you know, afterwards or sending me emails, you know, saying like, oh, you know, that Johnny or whoever, you know, was saying that he was gonna be disruptive during the assembly, and he's not gonna like it, and this is a waste of time. But you know, you really opened his eyes, and all of a sudden
Well, that's
he
making
comes
a
back to
difference.
his classroom. He's writing down ideas, and you know, and now he shows even a little bit of interest.
Initiative.
that's great.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes I've been doing shows, you know, for 200, 300 kids at a time. And, you know,
Okay.
there might be, you know, like a fifth grader, you know, trying to distract me, you know, maybe like, you know, give me a thumbs down or just
Really?
making hand signals or doing something. And,
Right,
you know,
right.
just try to take me off my game.
Really?
It's happened a few times.
Really?
Yeah, like people are messing with me, like while I'm doing my show.
Oh,
Look at a
wow.
young age like that.
Yeah,
You know what I
but-
mean?
No, but to them it's funny. But you know,
Right, right.
but I don't let it. I've never
yeah,
I've never let it rattle me. You know, like when I go into a school, I'm as professional as possible. You know, and as with any performer, you know, you're gonna have people in the crowd who might try
See,
to.
for me, yeah, see, just thinking about what you're doing, you're standing there and you got all these kids and you
Yeah.
always got the one going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or-
like
or
like making funny
I'd
faces,
get
trying
right
to
off
make
the
me
stage
laugh,
and I'd
you know,
say, I
you
want
know.
you to show what I think is funny. And see me, I would do that. I'd
Come
I'd
up
go
here,
down the
you say,
stage.
right?
Yeah, I'd go down this, whatever,
Yeah.
and I'd turn around and say, yeah, do the same thing that you're showing me. It's really
But
putting them on the spot, but I know you can't. Though.
No, well, what I do is, you know, when you know, I have different activities with my poems
Right.
or questions, and then you know, I might call someone out, but in a really good way.
No, I didn't mean in a bad way.
No,
but
no, but I'm saying, you know, but I'll say, you know, if like I have a poem called like I'm not afraid of anything. So you know, the kids that's making faces. So what are you afraid of? You know, and then he starts
Right,
and
right.
he starts talking. Then he gets involved in the show. Then all of a sudden, you know,
That's good,
it's
yeah.
it's a whole change.
That sounds
it's a
pretty
whole
good.
shift.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, a whole positive
So
shift.
it's a lot of role playing too that you
Well,
do.
I do. I feed off. I
she
feed off the
likes the role
crowd.
playing.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
I'm
know.
talking about children's books.
It's a whole different show
I'm
right
talking
there.
about
But
children's books, my friend.
yes.
The role playing of
Yes.
children's
Yeah,
books.
we know. Of course.
I talk to kids a lot.
Yeah.
Trust me, I try to get kids on the right track.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I
Yeah.
talk to adults too. I mean, you know.
Speaking about kids, I
So
got to
you're a
Elsie.
you're a life coach,
Well, I'm a coach. I
You're a
don't
coach.
have the big degree, but my degree is experience.
but you have great advice, and
Exactly.
you're
Yeah.
pushing people.
Great advice that only she doesn't listen to.
You're pushing people in a
But
really
anyway.
nice direction.
and they,
That's going to help them with their
Did you
lives.
see Geneva's picture? She was
Yes,
on.
yes,
she
yes,
looks
yes. She
fabulous.
looks great. She looks
One of
great.
our, girls from the club. She's modeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on the red carpet next Saturday.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's great. Yeah.
And
Very
she
cool.
never wore makeup when she started joining the club.
Yeah.
She looks fabulous.
Good morning, Elsie. Elsie,
She
we're
really
definitely
does.
going to get you a house. I'm telling you. She's my cousin. She's a sweetheart.
She's looking for a
One
house.
of my very. You know what? You have people
Yeah.
that I know you grew up with, and not many people you really stay in contact with. So I do have a few cousins, and I have another one here, Elsie. Elsie, she's a sweetheart. And she just always reached out and never said, well, if I'm waiting for you to call, like most people.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy when people do that. You know?
Call if
So,
you need her.
Yeah, so yeah, but don't get me wrong, if I ever called her, she's right there. So
Right.
good morning, Tammy. How are you? Laura, how are you? And Noel saying good morning. Debbie Maloney, I didn't say good morning to you. I'm so sorry. I know I just swiped. And sometimes if I swipe, I mess up, and I apologize because I don't know how to. Okay. But, yeah, so you always have, like, growing up, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Smithtown.
Smithtown.
Yeah.
All right. Just a minute ago, she said to me, how old do you think he is? So I looked at him, and to me, the kid looks like he's about 12, 13 years
He
old.
looks
but,
20,
but
22.
So I turned around, I said 30. And if you don't mind me saying, how old are you?
43.
43.
43.
Then
Look
I
at
turned
this
around and I
kid.
go, wait a second, you married, you got kids? He goes, yeah. He goes, I got 2 kids married. But then I didn't realize how long he was married. He was only married 3 years. In another 10 years, let's come back on this show. Let me see what
He's
you
gonna
look
look
like.
the same.
No,
You
you're
think
going to
so?
look the same.
I'm gonna look the
kidding me?
same.
You
Yes,
are.
Definitely thank your parents every day.
When
Do you look like your dad?
I look like my dad.
Is your dad a
Pe-
young-looking guy too?
People say I do. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, both my parents, they look young.
Oh, that's great.
They do. They do. It's good genes.
Yeah, that's what I say.
When I first started visiting schools, I was it was around 2004. So I come into a school. They're like, "Oh, are you
A student.
a student from the high school? You're gonna read to the kindergartners today?" No, I'm doing an
That's
assembly of
funny.
300 kids.
Oh, that's
So, but and many people, based. I mean, those days I didn't have much experience. I mean, I jumped in the water and I would just try things, and
Right.
I stuck with what worked. What didn't work, I would take out, and I just kept building until I had these really, really good shows for different age groups. And then after a while, when I did have the experience and I was getting the exposure and going to more schools, many PTAs, many schools are very hesitant to hire me because I look so young.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
that goes against you.
Well,
Little bit.
maybe it did, but but everywhere I go now,
To get a referral.
I have a really good, have a really positive and strong show that resonates with the teachers and the students, and I get a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah.
And it's been an amazing
Yeah, the
experience.
county does a lot of shows for kids. You should talk to them.
I've done shows with the
Oh, you
county.
did?
I've
So
done,
then you already know them.
I've done I
That's
do a lot of
pretty good.
libraries. I do camps.
Yeah, libraries are good
I was
too. Now
invited-
they're coming back. So.
I was invited to a school in Germany on a it's pretty
What?
amazing, on a U.S. Army base.
That's
So
wonderful.
they flew me in. I did a few shows, some workshops,
That's great.
book
Kid is
signing,
unreal.
and I'm traveling the world
Maybe
doing
you should
that.
be
That's
coaching
beautiful.
me.
Oh,
Maybe I should be.
there you go. She's gonna come back speaking the wunderbar. Whatever. I love the German men. That's
Oh,
it.
boy,
You
yeah.
kidding me?
No, the dancer in last night's show. Guess
Right.
where he's from? Italy.
No, he's from Italy. Yeah, he was from Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
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 And he
Yeah.
has a
Nice.
dance studio.
Does he?
He's coming on the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's gonna
Okay,
come on
that's
the show.
good. That's
So
good.
you can,
And he also does ballroom dancing.
you can have a dance segment.
I said, come and talk to Greg.
Here we go. Poor man's gonna be raped
Nah, he's,
with love.
he's very short, but very cute.
That doesn't
Little
matter
guy.
to you. I know you like the big, tall ones,
Yeah,
tall, dark,
well,
handsome.
Whatever. You know, it was
Little.
nice. It was really great. But
Listen,
anyway.
did we
he-
forget somebody's birthday?
Yeah, we did. It's right here.
Is it Gracie's birthday?
Yeah, it was Saturday, so. Guess
Oh,
where
what's
she
that?
celebrated her birthday?
Where?
Salvatore's.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she was there.
Happy birthday, sweetheart. We love
I
you.
saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Gracie.
sweetie.
We're waiting for you.
Yeah,
she
that's
was just
right.
waiting for
I
the,
miss you. I miss your singing. I miss everything.
Yeah, she was waiting for the COVID to pass.
Oh,
She'll
that's
be
good.
coming down soon.
You ever follow some of the? Not that I really care so much, but kind of got to me when you watch some of these celebrities and with J Lo and what's his name, the one that's married to the, what's his name, Alex Rodriguez.
Okay.
Isn't it right? And now all of a sudden they're talking about her and Ben.
Oh, the
getting
reunion.
Yeah, they said like a reunion.
Okay.
And I always say, when I say to myself, only
I
celebrities
love that
could really
self
go.
word.
What is it?
I like when you do that. Self?
Self.
Oh.
I might start
Well-
doing it.
You
See,
got- you-
even
you-
something like that.
you
how
guys-
do
you guys are a trip.
Okay,
You are.
really.
You're good together.
Oh. And
You know you got chemistry.
yeah, that's for sure. That's sure.
Let's not
Sure.
even
Let me
go.
give it- There's a little
That's a
toxic formula in here. No, I'm
No
teasing.
drinks today.
Yeah, no
Stephanie's
drinks
not
today.
around.
That's right. Denise, good afternoon. How are you, love? She just popped up. She just woke up, but it's okay. Great meeting the other day. She's the president of Hempstead Kiwanis.
Nice.
Anyway, getting back to these actors.
Sure.
Do you think you could be married to an actress?
Do I
An
think?
actor? Yeah. Someone that's really popular. Someone that everybody wants.
I don't think I'd want to be.
You don't think you'd want to be?
No.
Just say if your wife all of a sudden now just decided. Now you're married 3 years, right? Just an example, hypothetically.
Listen,
She turns around and says, "I want to go to acting school." All of a sudden, she just bam. Now she's this.
Whatever my wife wants to do, I fully support her.
Right.
And
Wow.
if she does want to do that and she becomes big, I'll be.
Right.
I'm still happy
Right.
to be married to her.
Right.
Good
answer.
That's a good answer.
But I'm not.
Wifey, I hope you're watching this
But
one.
I was never looking to date anybody famous or
Right.
just be someone's sidekick.
Right.
Just for the pictures on the red carpet or the
It's kinda
interviews.
nice.
She
You know?
look.
Whatever.
That's all she look.
You know
That's
what?
all she's waiting for.
Listen, it
Man.
could be a great lifestyle, and I'm not knocking anybody, but for me it's really all about the connection.
Yeah.
But if people. If things happen
Right.
and they go in
You
that
would support
direction
her.
where you're with someone who's famous, or if somebody meets someone who's famous, I mean it's an extravagant lifestyle, and I'm sure it's fun to be a part of.
We're going on the
So
red
I
carpet in a
can't-
few months.
Yeah.
We're going to see a movie, the big movie.
Yeah.
That we're going to be going down
You're
the
not
red
drinking?
carpet. Oh,
What movie?
You're not drinking.
it's the Italian movie. It's yeah. What's the name of it? I forgot
Yeah.
now. Familia 2.
Familiar too. Okay. Beautiful.
And they were on the show, and we had a great time.
That's
and
nice,
we're on the
yeah.
list.
Yeah, I
First
like that.
red
Yeah.
carpet for me.
It's awesome.
He's gone on the red carpet many times.
Are you guys? Are
I
you guys?
think I was the guy rolling out the red carpet.
Are you guys going to do interviews on the red carpet? Or are you going to just be part of it?
Don't know yet.
We
Don't know
may.
yet.
What are you gonna do?
We'll
Don't know
see.
yet. We
Yeah.
might have a little
Scoop
stand
on
up.
it,
Yeah.
right.
Well, don't want to
Yeah.
jinx it yet.
We're waiting. Yeah.
Sure.
Patiently.
Patiently.
Yeah. So that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
It's a great movie. The first one was good, but the second one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's even better.
All right. Can't wait to
Yeah.
see it.
No
Yeah.
drinking.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Anyway, this weekend, who do I have this weekend? I have WLIR.
That's a biggie.
And I got to tell you, it's Andre is a great human being, really nice guy. And I have to say thank you again, Andre, for a lot of things that you do. And Andre, he critiques the show. And something that I forget to do, and she does, is you got to look at the camera when you talk.
Yes, I'm getting
And
better.
I don't realize that because
Right.
I'm talking to you, but everyone else they should be part of our conversation, and
Right.
and I'm glad that he said that. So if you notice, I'm like every 2 seconds I'm going like this, I'm
And
going
me
like
too.
this. So I'm trying,
Andre, let
Andre.
me know if I'm doing
try-
better.
No,
trying.
she's not. Don't worry about her. Okay, please. I tell her, look, 2 years, I can't get one. Look, I'm getting ready to say latte.
I
Look
do
at
it
this.
on
I'm getting ready to say,
purpose.
yeah,
I love to bust your
yeah,
balls.
yeah. See, yeah. Okay. Anyway, you see what I go through, really?
It's quite the team.
He
This
loves
way.
me.
Quite the team you guys
He
got.
loves
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
He loves me. And I love him too.
I know you do.
Yeah, I do.
I know you guys are having fun. You guys,
Very
you guys,
good.
you guys have a good time together.
You know, I got to tell you, what's that? I forgot it. It's Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. There are very few actresses. Well, they're now everybody's actors. I'm sorry. That they've been married. Wait a second. They've been married for 33 years.
Extraordinary.
And that, yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah, it is.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
love to hear that.
That's
and
a
then
good-
Kelly Ripa and Mike Consuelos, he happy 25 years.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I met her. She's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
She's like yay big.
She's
She's
a
such
really-
a sweetie. She
Yeah.
really
She
is.
is.
And you know what? Sometimes you look at people or you meet people and you see the way they are. And
You like him
even though
more.
you meet that, yeah, but because she's really, what you see on the show, she's really like that.
Well,
She's fun, she's sweet,
yeah.
very friendly, and, just with a lot of actors, they kind of scuff you off a little bit and whatever. And
Okay.
so,
Yeah, and performers are like that too, like Sal the Voice. You know Sal the Voice?
I've heard of Sal the Voice.
Yeah, well, we're very
he's a
good
great guy.
friends.
Sure,
He's a
sure.
great guy.
Yeah.
Great,
no,
great.
wonderful. We just saw him the other
Yeah.
day.
Uh-huh.
And then I turn around and I say to myself again, Bill and Melinda's $130 billion split.
Way to go, Melinda.
$130 billion.
Didn't she turn down the money?
Something, yes. I
heard-
don't even know. It doesn't even
I
tell you the whole thing.
heard
but
that, but
She turned down the money?
that's what I heard.
listen, mate, I mean, she's never gonna not have money.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And he's not like that anyway. But
He's a
I
nice
mean, it was
guy.
a crazy for one.
But
Now
Again, you know
see-
what? When you're in a situation like that, when you have $130 billion, I mean, it's a totally different lifestyle. It's probably something I can't even comprehend.
Right.
You know, and so how could we even? How can anyone even judge?
Yeah. And but
It's-
meanwhile, you know what pisses me off about the whole thing?
What's that?
Okay. If you make $130,000 a year as a couple, and you got to split, just say whatever, you're worth that much. The attorney takes like say 10, 15,000. The job is the same thing of 130 versus 130,000 to 130 billion.
Yeah.
All right, if you agree and I agree, now you draw up the papers. You're charging millions just to represent them.
Yeah, it's true.
Isn't that crazy when
That-
you see where that money goes?
It's it's interesting.
And then Kate Hudson, I love Kate Hudson, and I love Goldie Hawn.
She's a
When you got to see them, they look, and they look great. They really do. They look great.
They
Yeah,
do.
beautiful.
They
Yeah,
really, really
are
do.
They do.
pretty.
There's something. But I didn't know that they weren't. Wait, they weren't married. Was it Kurt? Was it Kurt? Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, they're not married. Are they married?
No, I don't
No,
think
they're
so.
not married. Cliff's like, what are you asking me for? He's like, Cliff's like 14 years old.
Cliff looks a little tired
No,
this morning,
you
doesn't
had a
he?
rough weekend, didn't you?
Did you go out after
Yes,
that
he did.
party
Look
last
at
night?
him. You had a rough weekend.
I went right home, Cliff. I really did. I
Did
went
you go right home?
I didn't have to, but I did.
Okay. See? Happy birthday to Janet Jackson. She turned 55.
Well, she
Stevie
looks
Wonder
terrific.
turned 71.
Wow.
And Megan Fox turned 35.
Yeah.
And Kurt Douglas is still, wait, he's still alive,
Gone.
right?
No.
No, he's
gone.
you know what it is? It was,
wife just
was his
died.
wife, yeah. What was she? Yeah, 90. She was
She
90
just
years old.
died, yeah. She died of a broken heart. She loved him.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what they say. You know, they say elephants.
When she was
When-
90.
when
How,
they-
how old was she?
She was 90.
But when he died, it just
Yeah.
took her down.
It just went.
And
okay.
and you turn around and you see when people really love each other, and they say elephants when their partner dies, male or female, the other one dies I don't know, they say
Within a
a
few-
year or
right,
something
with
like that
short
of a
period of
broken
time.
heart.
So
Yeah.
it's
That's something.
so elephants get depressed.
Yes.
I didn't know
And,
that.
Well,
and I don't know what
everybody's
kind of meds
depressed
they give
now.
them, but you know, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you the truth. Who's really monitoring how depression in an elephant is? And I don't know.
Well, right now, depression is the number one
Yeah.
illness, and it's not embarrassing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's out
Well,
there,
Yeah.
and it should be out there,
Mhm.
because it used to be you're nuts, but that's not the case anymore.
You're nuts.
Yeah, but we know that. But that's a different story. I'm
Wal-
nuts. I'm not
Walnuts,
depressed.
National Walnut
Yeah,
Day.
right.
Yeah.
Walnuts
gotta-
on
National Walnut.
I
Day.
So
know.
now, how do people want to buy the book, want to call you, want you to come and do a birthday party for them?
Yeah,
How do they reach you?
mostly by email, or they'll call me. They find me on the internet.
And you're on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. All those social feeds.
Right. So
A
I
lot
know
of my work, it's word of mouth. So
Right.
people will, see what I do, and they'll spread the word to other teachers or parents. And
now with the day camp getting popular, do
Sure.
you do day camps too?
I do day camps as well. Yeah, you know what? I've done birthday parties. I've done some charity work where hospitals have called me.
Right, yeah.
The strangest place I've actually performed my poems were in a waiting room at a children's
Really?
hospital. Yeah, because they had this room set up for me, but then the kids were too sick or something.
Right.
So they told me just to, they gave me a space in the waiting room, and people are coming in and coming out, and I'm just kind of doing my thing, and it's a little weird, but people they're paying attention, and kids are laughing,
And
and
the
they're having a
kids
good
were the
time.
ones that were sick in the waiting room, right? Most of the time.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was
You
very,
see,
pretty
that's rewarding. I have my costumes, and when I wear a Batman costume
sure.
and everything, I mean, I'm really, really tall.
Batman, right?
And
Batman.
I have to tell you,
Sure, the
when
kids
you
go
see
crazy.
those kids,
Yeah, sure,
they-
sure.
I had one kid grab my leg and he was crying. He says, "I promise I'll do good." Blah blah blah. I mean, it was really touching. And then kids in the hospital bed, I would go to Cohen's Children,
Yeah.
and
nice.
you would just see the way the kids' eyes light up, like, "Oh my God, Batman really came to see me,"
Yeah.
That's so
And I
cool.
gotta tell you, I love being in whether if it's a Batman, a Hulk, a Iron Man, or
He's a costume guy.
Yeah.
or Santa Claus.
Sure.
When you
Yeah.
have a costume on, I don't care who it is. You say 95% sure you're gonna put a smile on somebody's face.
Everybody's face.
So if I could walk around in a costume every day,
Sure.
I would love it.
You go to Times Square and do that too.
Yeah, right.
Do you ever wear costumes?
I wore a Batman costume one time.
Look,
Okay.
see, look, don't start talking anymore because it ain't gonna
To
come
an
out
event.
good.
But you know what?
Nothing good coming from that question.
No, but
Telling you right now, my friend.
I have a friend who
You have a friend who has a friend?
Yeah,
Is-
yeah. See what I'm talking about?
his name is Nick. He has a company called Picnic Entertainment.
Picnic.
It's very
P-I-K-N-I-K.
very clever.
You
But
could throw the plug in there. It's okay.
He dresses as Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man, and he has the full bodysuit, and he looks like Spider-Man. But he goes to events, and he's on the roof, and kids are like looking up at him, like, "Oh,
Right.
Spider-Man's on the
That's
roof."
pretty neat.
He's
Yeah.
he's like doing handstands
That's great.
on the monkey
That's a good
bars,
little
and he's
job.
doing and there's so many smiles he brings to
That's
people's
right.
He
faces.
probably loves his job.
But, yeah, I see the posts that he does on social media. I think it's great. I think Picnic Entertainment. Hire Nick for your next party. He's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
Nick,
nice
look at
of
Look at
you.
the promo you got, Nick.
And-
Boy,
and
he
All right,
must be a
listen to
good
me.
I
friend
haven't
of
talked
yours.
to him
All
in years.
right,
either,
okay.
so.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's very
It's been-
nice
it's
that
been a
you did
while.
that.
So
Very
anyway,
nice.
I wanted to say thank you.
I'm
so
glad you
much.
came. You're a
We
sweetheart.
wish you all the luck with the books.
How
If
about
you,
we
if
end
you
off
wanna
with a
look at
poem
it.
here?
Poem,
Yeah, sure.
yes. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna give you a poem.
Wait, just open up the poem first, in case you
just open up
go
the poem.
cold.
Okay. Well, it's a short poem. Now,
All right.
do you think it's possible to break soup?
Break soup?
Can you break soup? How do you break soup?
Can you break
To
soup
me,
unless
it's like I
frozen?
break bread.
Okay, all right, you got
So
it. all right.
breaking
Right,
soup
break
Yeah,
bread,
yeah.
would be
right.
like breaking bread.
Breaking bread. Okay.
Sit
Well-
down and have a cup of soup with someone.
Like I was thinking, like how can you break soup?
Right.
So I figured it out. I wrote a poem about it. It's called Broken Soup. I put soup in the freezer to save it for my nieces. They took it out and dropped it, and now their soup's in pieces. So that's how you break soup.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like that.
All right, I like that.
It's a short one.
Yeah.
That was sure right to
Very
the point.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Debbie Vendita, how are you, sweetheart? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for watching. I want to say, fans, thank you. Grab this. Grab this. When you guys finish watching
you
this,
want it to
please
be
share
grabbed?
this. Hey, God
I
almighty.
can grab it.
Lord Jesus,
I
Mary,
grab your
Joseph, please help me.
shoulder.
Please help me. But anyway, please share this after you watch this, guys. I hope you
Of
enjoyed it.
course, and you'll get it.
And
Thank you so much, guys.
definitely,
You guys have been
you're doing a
amazing.
great job. And
Thank you.
We're very
hope to see
proud
you
of
soon.
you.
I appreciate it.
Hope to see you soon. And now
Yeah.
we just want to thank our sponsors, which is Tranquility Spa, which is located 700 Franklin Avenue. Go see Angela. She's going to take care of you. Great massages, great foot massages, and a beautiful salt cave, which helps you breathe.
You're going with your wife. I'll be sending
Yeah.
you the
Okay,
tickets.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
you're
send it
you're
to you
lucky you're
online.
married
A
too.
salt
boy.
cave, huh?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds, that
You
sounds
ever
nice.
go in one?
Not yet, but
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you're going Franklin Square. I'm
Okay.
gonna send
All
it
right,
to you.
Franklin
on
Square,
your,
let's do it.
And
send
Bob,
Go to a
Bob,
salt
I
cave.
miss you too, buddy. I really miss you too. I heard it went really well. Bob D'Amato was on the Music Doctor, and I heard you did a great job. So
Yeah, he did.
my hat's off to you. And then we have Oral Pure Jewelers, which is Teddy and Christina, 1033 Hempstead Turnpike in Franklin Square, for all your jewelry needs. And then we have the best tax consultant in the world, my dearest friend and my accountant, is Jackson Hewitt. He's located at 978 Hempstead Turnpike in Franklin Square. His name is Prince. Tell him we sent him. And then the #1 hair salon, I have to tell you, that's in Franklin Square. It's on Dogwood Avenue. It's 362 Dogwood Avenue's NV3 Salon. All right, it's NV3 Salon's spa, nail and spa, right? Nail and spa.
Yeah, they have it all.
Yeah, and you got to see it. It's really really beautiful.
Beautiful.
And you just tell them that the Breakfast Club sent you, and yeah,
Treat
that's
you like
it. So
a god and a goddess.
yeah, it's really great. It's really great. I must visit Tranquility Spa. Look at that.
Yeah, see that? Bob D'Amato, you
I
tell them.
come back, I want to look like her.
I know.
I
Yeah,
swear
look at
to
her.
you. Look at
Gorgeous.
her. Beautiful.
funny.
Gorgeous.
But anyway,
Great
thank you so
place.
much again. Thank you for coming on
Yeah.
the show. Really
Thanks a lot.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate
And
it.
hope to see you soon. And
Okay.
love. It's a
It's a wrap.